Well, welcome back. House Democrats outlining tax increases to help fund their spending spree. Successful Americans will likely be paying up. Top earners in New York City could face a combined city, state, and federal income tax of 61.2%. Some Californians could see a combined marginal rate of nearly 60%, while top earners in Hawaii and New Jersey will see a combined rate of just over 57%. This is the plan to pay for the $3.5 trillion spending spree. The Wall Street Journal editorial board says that with these tax proposals, Speaker Pelosi is basically volunteering her colleagues for retirement. Joining me right now is Ohio Congressman, Budget and Energy and Commerce Committee member Bill Johnson. Sir, great to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. Congressman, tell me your assessment of this budget.
Well, this is just everything about it is wrong, Maria. I mean, if you look at where we were pre-pandemic, we had the greatest economy we had had in 50 years. Some of the lowest taxes, both corporate and individual. This is going right in the opposite direction. You know, my mother told me that nothing good ever happens after midnight. We were here until almost 3 o'clock this morning, basically getting a rubber stamp by my Democrat colleagues on this $3.5 trillion spending package that's coming from President Biden. This represents everything that's wrong in Washington, because Joe Biden has never worked a real job, never signed the front side of a paycheck, and neither have many of the Democrats that are trying to push this through. And the end result is going to be that the middle class is going to be paying more at the pump, at the grocery store, for their energy costs. We're heading in the wrong direction, Maria.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're talking about an inflationary backdrop here because, look, what's the definition of inflation? Too many dollars chasing too few goods. And how many dollars are we at? You had a $1.9 trillion COVID package at the beginning of the year. You've got a $1.2 trillion infrastructure package that has been agreed upon. And now you're talking about a $3.5 trillion spending bill. And it has these Trojan horse items in it, like far left priorities, the Green New Deal. You've got an effort to get voting laws in there, immigration in there. There's an op-ed in the Washington Examiner this morning saying that Americans should not buy what liberals are selling on climate change. You say natural disasters are not becoming any stronger, or more deadly, or more frequent despite this climate crisis movement. So what is this? What is this just an effort to change this economy in a fundamental way in a hurry?
Well, I believe it is. I absolutely believe it is. This is redistribution of the wealth in our country. This is taking from those that create jobs, taking from those that have worked hard, that get up every day and put their work clothes on, and giving it to unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. To take care of things that they try to frighten the American people about. You mentioned that they claim hurricanes and tornadoes are becoming worse. They're not. Technology has improved, so we're monitoring them more closely. But we have placed a lot of infrastructure and communities on our coastlines. And so certainly the damage from these storms have changed over time. But tornadoes and hurricanes have been around since the beginning of time, Maria. You know, I've always believed that one of the Democrat strategy is, if they can convince you to be frightened about something, to be afraid, then they can convince you to let them tax you into oblivion and to control you to try to protect you from it. What was that old saying from Rahm Emanuel? Let no good crisis go to waste.
Yeah, but Congressman, I mean, I think it's really important for our viewers to understand what the priorities are of the Democrats in this administration. Look at this budget. You've got a 22% increase in spending at the EPA and a decline in spending for defense, a decline in spending or no change in spending for the homeland, even as the crises are increasing from Afghanistan to China. to Iran and beyond. So what's your take on what gets accomplished here? Do you think this $3.5 trillion, which is likely $5.5 trillion plan, goes through? Do you think they're going to be able to jam in things like voting laws, their Senate voting law, which pretty much eliminates any ID and makes mail-in ballots the standard?
Well, they're certainly going to try. But as you've heard from Senator Joe Manchin, he's got a top limit of somewhere between 1 and 1.5 trillion. We had Democrat colleagues last night and early this morning throughout our all-night markup that said, hey, we're spending too much. So I think Speaker Pelosi has got some problems on her hands when it comes to getting moderate Democrats to buy into this hook, line, and sinker, because I don't think all of them are going to.
All right, we will see. It certainly has a huge impact where this goes, Congressman. Thanks very much for weighing in this morning, Congressman Bill Johnson. We'll see you soon, sir. Thank you.